What I have done is a strike all amendment, and I had to do that because I'm removing Green Mountain Care from the bill. So the central part of the amendment is to remove the establishment of Green Mountain Care in Section 1821, which is pretty far along in the bill. But I had to also alter sections about the health benefits exchange and elsewhere in the bill. The reason why I think this is important to do is because Green Mountain Care is not a fully developed proposal. I understand that formulating valid and viable financing plans takes time. I understand that figuring out how to build up the cash reserves necessary for an insurance program takes time. I understand that all of this planning takes time. And to me, the administration and the healthcare committee should go away and do the planning with Fishko, with the new board, and develop a proposal that is fully fleshed out so that we know what we are making a commitment to, however conceptual. I am very concerned that we will establish an entitlement program and be unable to control the costs. Remember that Dr. Shao's report was a projection of estimates based on where we are right now. Green Mountain Care will not even be contemplated to go into effect until approximately 2015, when conditions may be very, very different. I would urge you not to make a commitment to a roadmap to a certain destination until you're sure about the details of that destination. You may believe in the concept of universal health care and a single-payer system, but the details still matter. You want to be sure you know where you're going until you take those steps. So I don't think we're ready to make this commitment, and I would like to strike that section of the bill. Another problem with having this uncertain commitment out there, not going to be fully developed for several years, not going to go into effect until 2015, is the level of uncertainty that it creates. Uncertainty is the worst thing for economic activity. It is the worst thing for a business thinking about whether they should invest in expansions or hiring more workers or building a new plant. Uncertainty about taxes is particularly bad. I have heard business roundtable groups say, just leave your tax structure alone, stop fiddling with it. And in this case, we are creating massive uncertainty about exactly what the tax structure will be that will finance this program. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't call it a tax, I should call it a financing mechanism. Perhaps we're going to find some huge influx of federal funds to accompany the health benefits exchange or the federal bill, and perhaps that will be true. But we need to know about that before we commit to this. So the uncertainty about the benefits, the coverage, the cost, the financing, the tax structure, the uncertainty to our businesses, I feel is a very, very detrimental effect to our economy and to the growth of the economy and the creation of jobs. And this is not the direction in which I wish to go. I think that it's also unwise to commit to new obligations to such an entitlement program at a time when we're having a great deal of trouble fulfilling our existing obligations, as witness the difficulty with the budget that you will see later this week. It makes no sense to me to make a new promise to Vermonters that we may not be able to fulfill. Again, I support the goals for this bill. I would leave the cost containment, the new board, the health benefits exchange intact. Let's do those things. Then, in 2013, 2014, let's see where we are. By that time, we will have a fully developed plan for Green Mountain Care, if it turns out that's what we want to do. So, a vote for this amendment is not a vote against ever doing something like Green Mountain Care. It is against making a legislative commitment to an undefined program that is creating tremendous uncertainty in our business community. In closing, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that in the formation of policy, politics and economics are both involved. Political ideology, values, and philosophy need to guide economic policy. But economic principles are very important. If you design programs that are not based on economic principles, where the money doesn't work, the program won't work. So in the making of economic policy, when politics dominates economics, economics will always strike back because the policy may not work. So we had Dr. Shao's study. It's very useful. It's very helpful. But we're going to be talking about doing something in 2015. We need to wait to make that commitment until we get closer to that date and we have a fully developed economic analysis, cost analysis. We don't even know what this program is going to cost. I'm thinking $2 to $4 billion at least, and possibly more. So to enter into this commitment and take the first steps on this roadmap without knowing the cost of what we're doing and how we're going to pay for, to me, violates the basic principles of economics. And I would urge anyone who shares my concerns and my doubts to support this amendment. And Mr. Speaker, when the vote is taken, I ask that it be taken by roll.